Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I have this beautiful 2011 Porsche Cayman, and I've been driving this car for a while, and it was such a pleasure having it and driving it and every experience that I had with this car, and I wanted to share it with you because, well, it's nice to share with everybody what you feel and what you live. And today I'm gonna explain to you why this is an excellent car. Stay tuned. So, the Cayman was brought to life in 2005 and it was the Boxster's brother. Now, being a Porsche entry-level car, a lot of people said that actually it's a poor man's Porsche. Well, they were wrong about this, because even though it's an entry-level in Porsche's brand, there's nothing cheap about this car. There's nothing that signals a poor man's car. The model that I have here today, it's the second generation of the 987, which means this one, it's a facelift. Now, what they changed, it's pretty amazing because they developed new engines. The old 2.7 was replaced by a brand new 2.9, and the old 3.2 was also replaced by a 3.4. But the changes didn't stop there, because they put new gearboxes in. This one has a 6-speed manual, which replaced the 5-speed manual, and also the Tiptronic one on the first generation was replaced by a PDK, which is pretty amazing. Nevertheless, they sparkle up the interior. This one has a better interior. Even the tail lights were changed, because apparently we lived in a new age where LEDs were brought to life. The front end, well, seems like any other Porsche, but somehow looks refreshing. I do like these headlights. They remind me a little bit of the Carrera GT, because these headlights are unique for the Boxster and the Cayman. There's no resemblance with other Porsches. As a general look, I do like how this car is drawn, because look at those beautiful lines. I mean, look at it. It's pretty amazing. And I do like these side vents right over here, because it gives it more of an aggressive style and it looks mean. Now, this rear end looks really nice. This LED tail lights gives it a modern look. Also, the shape looks nice. I do like the exhaust. I would rather have those twin round ones, but this one looks meaner. And we also have parking sensors, which they're not bad. This is not a big car, but you can actually use them. The Cayman is a mid-engine car, and all the power it's sent to the back wheels. Now, this car has a 2.9 flat-six petrol engine, which develops 261 horsepower and 300 Newton meters, which isn't bad by today's numbers, but imagine this car 10 years ago. Now, driving it, it's a really nice experience, because being so low and the center of gravity is so down, it feels like a go-kart. Nevertheless, being an old car, it's quite fast for today's numbers, because this one goes from 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds and has a top speed of 163 miles per hour, which is impressive. So, on the inside, as you can see, this car is amazing. I mean, it screams top German quality. Everything here works and looks as it's supposed to. There's no cheap plastic whatsoever. There's leather almost everywhere, except from the dashboard, because this is an extra option from Porsche and it costs a lot of money. So on the inside we have this beautiful steering wheel here, which is a multifunctional steering wheel. It's quite a rare option in some Porsches. The gauges look pretty nice. I mean, they're simple. You have all the information that you need. I do like the general look. Of course, you can see that this car actually has 68,000 miles and it still looks amazing and it drives amazing. We have here the central dash, which, as you can see, it has this beautiful infotainment system. Now, of course, this is a touch screen. By today's standards, well, it's not that fussy, but imagine that this car, it's 10 years old, so the technology back then was really nice. Also, we do have heated seats and of course automatic climate control. And this is my favorite button of all. Take a look what happens when I press this button. I do like these air vents. They're pretty standard and, well, easy to use. Also, this car has cup holders, which they're hidden right here. You press this button over here and they do pop out so elegantly. And you can actually close this lid over here and you have a nice, clean look. And of course you can push them back and that's it. No more cup holders. I do like these sport seats. They hug you in all the right places. Now, of course, they're semi-electrical. You can actually fold the back and the rest is manually adjustable, but isn't bad. From here you can control the boot, the front boot and the back boot, because this car has two trunks and you can store a lot of things in them. So, driving the Cayman. Well, first impression behind the steering wheel is that it's sporty. You can actually feel the suspension. Suspension is kind of rough. You do get some wind noise, and well, you do, because this car wasn't made for comfort. This car was made for you to have fun with. And oh boy, you do have fun, because listen to this engine. It's pretty amazing. One thing that I actually like about it, it's this steering, because it's a hydraulic steering. It's so connected, it connects you very well with the car. The gearbox changes smooth. I mean, it's quick, it's responsive, it feels like a go-kart. I've been looking to find some faults with this car, but couldn't find any, because apparently they are quite strong. I was checking the internet to see some common faults, and apparently this one, it's not that faulty. Of course, you may have some engine issues, some electrical issues, and sometimes from time to time you can have problems with the automatics. But if you take good care of your car, well, there are gonna be no surprises. I mean, it's a pretty decent car, and actually it's a daily car. You can actually drive this car daily. You do like 28 miles per gallon, which is impressive numbers, considering that you have 260 horsepower in just a second, and it's quite roomy. I mean, the only drawback is that you have, like, you know, two seats, but if you don't have a kid or a dog, well, isn't bad. And the throttle response, it's really nice. It's the best fun you can have with your clothes on. Well, at least I do. So driving this car around town, well, the first thing that you can actually see is that you get noticed by people, and people do stop and stare at this car because it looks nice, the lines are beautiful, and it makes you feel like an important person. For example, right now I feel like a football player, even though I don't play football and I don't know how to play football. I know, funny, ain't it? But tossing this car around is really fun. I mean, you cannot get any better experience at this price range. Second generation Cayman, it's around 17,000 pounds, which I know that it may not sound cheap, but believe me, for the fun that you have driving this car, well, it's cheap. Now also you can find first generation Caymans around, like, let's say 11 grand or 12,000 pounds. But the thing with the second generation, it's that they had better engines, better transmission, and they are quite rare because apparently in 2009, when the facelift was developed, the financial crisis was at its peak and they didn't sold this many cars. And they are becoming so rare that it's really hard to find one today. And a lot of people who actually have these cars, they do get value from them, because if you buy this car, for example, right now for 17,000 pounds, you can easily sell it in 2 years with 20. And I say that in the honest way possible. These cars will grow up in value, and it's nice. Oh boy, what a journey, and oh boy, what a day, because it was a beautiful day to film this one, and I had a lot of fun with it because, well, it's a fun car. But thank you very much for watching me. If you liked my videos and my channel, please subscribe and put a thumbs up, and I'm assuring you that it will be a lot more from my side in the near future. Take care, and I'll see you soon.